Hello everyone and welcome to the channel, and here is Google Apps Updates Roundup number 79, and in this episode I'm gonna show you more than 60 new features in multiple Google apps. So without further ado, let's jump in. Let's start with YouTube. And now when you tap on the gear icon, you will see that we have under additional settings a toggle called stable volume. This toggle was only available under the premium controls, but now it made its way to this section. But unfortunately, it doesn't do anything, because when I go to the same place again, you see it's still turned off, because unfortunately, there is no feature in the world that can make the sound of screams and bombing any better. The second change is in the comments section. So for example, when I scroll through them, I see this Hebrew comment, and I have the ability to translate this to English. So when I tap on it, it will immediately translate it, and you can clearly read what people think about this. The second change in Shorts is this new chip that appears in some videos, which will allow you to learn more about a specific topic. So for example, it says here, search how to learn Quran, and when you tap on it, it will take you to this type of videos if you want to know more. We also got a couple of new changes in Shorts. So for example, when I play this video and then drag my finger over the seek bar, I'm getting a thumbnail preview similar to the normal videos. And once you release your finger, it will take you to this spot. YouTube also released a new experimental AI feature for premium users. It's called Try Comment Topics Summarized by AI. After activating this feature, I was watching one of the videos, and then I found this new filter at the top called Topics, and here it will summarize the most common things talked about in the comments section. And when you tap on any of these categories, you will get the related comments, and you can go back and continue exploring that way. And if you are using the free version of YouTube and then play any of the videos, so let's try any of them like this, you will get some skippable ads at the beginning as usual. There are two changes here. First, the skip ad button is now different. Sometimes it says next, sometimes it says skip ad, but it has a different design. It looks like a pill-shaped button. And when you tap on these ellipses, you will see here that it will take you right away to the My Ad Center, where you can do some changes to the type of ads being surfaced to you. The next app we have is YouTube Music, and I started to see some icons next to certain playlists and songs. So for example, the Like the Music got this new shopping bag icon, and also this exclamation mark icon next to some songs. I'm not sure what it means exactly, but I started to see them everywhere. So if you have any idea, please let me know in the comments. The second change I spotted is a new animation for the like button. You will see here it will pop once you tap on it like this. Now let's talk about casting media from the YouTube Music app, and here I found some nice additions. The first thing is the new card appearing at the bottom of the screen with the handle at the top that you can dismiss it by swiping down, and from here you can choose the device you want. So I'm gonna choose one of the speakers I have, and once the casting starts on the device, tapping on this button again will show you a new card that will allow you to adjust the volume or change the currently used device from here as well. And the same applies to the mini player. When you do it this way, you will get the same card, and everything is under your fingertip and much easier to control. And you can also see the name of the device you are currently connected to, same as the mini player, it will show here at the bottom. And if you have an iPhone, now you can cast media from YouTube Music to your HomePod, either from the app itself or by using a Siri command. Last but not least, now you have the ability to add podcasts to your YouTube Music library using RSS feed URLs. And to achieve this, you can go to library and make sure you choose podcasts from the filter at the top. And you will see here a button says add podcast. Tapping on it, it will give you an option to add podcast by RSS feed. Then it will ask you for the URL, and you can enjoy it from your YouTube Music app. Next, Google Photos. The first change is a complete revamp for the Create Movie feature. So let's say you selected some photos and videos from your gallery and then tap on the plus sign. Here you have an option to create a movie. So let's tap on it, and you will get this brand new interface that reminds me of the new video editor of Samsung Gallery in One UI 6. From here, you can do a lot of things. First, you can change the aspect ratio and you have a lot of options to choose from. You can add music. It will ask you if you want to add from your own music or theme music. And here you have multiple categories to choose from. And each category has a lot of things or a lot of music tracks. On top of this, you can add extra photos and videos later if you want. Tapping on any individual item will allow you to make it shorter or longer, and it will show you the duration as far as you change the size. Then you have the ability to add motion, and the only one available right now is pan and zoom, and this what happens when you activate the pan and zoom motion. You can also tap on individual items to remove them if you want. But if you want Google Photos to automatically create a movie for you, you can jump right away to Library and then Utilities and then go to Movie, and that's when you can see the different predefined themes that you can choose from. So let's say you want to do the grow up fast, and I'm gonna choose my son, tap on done. It will automatically create a movie for this theme. It will add the music for me, it will adjust the aspect ratio and everything. And if I want to apply further edits myself, it will take me right away to the editor. So let's give it some time to see what's gonna happen. Now it's done and I got a 22 seconds long video. You can apply the same edits as I mentioned earlier, like changing the aspect ratio or music. But what I liked here, if it picked up a specific part from a video, it will show you the full video in the editor, so you can make it shorter or longer, or maybe pick a different part, which will make it much easier for you to apply some edits. The second change is the raw photos will now be backed up to the cloud if you have the automatic backup option activated, and they will also appear in the normal photos view. As an example, I took this photo and it shows here the two versions side by side. And if you want to create a specific one, you can hit delete and it will give you the option to delete both or the current photo only. Google also added a new interesting feature. When you go to Photos Settings and then Apps and Devices, you will see this new menu called Raw Editor, which will allow you to select a default editor only for your raw images from here. When you tap the checkbox, it will give you the option to select whatever you have, or you can also tap on this item, which will show you more apps in Google Play Store. So I already have Lightroom, so let's select it and go back and edit the raw photos I took earlier. You will notice here that the edit button now has the Lightroom logo. Once I switch to the raw version, tapping on it will take me right away to Lightroom to finish my edits. And by the way, Lightroom on the Pixel 8 models will support raw editing for all the photos taken with any lens. Next, Google Messages. And the first change is the new animated emojis, and this is one of the examples I have. Let me show you even more. You can take a look at those three animations. I think they look really nice. And the same thing applies to the web version of Google Messages. You will see the same animations as well. The second change is the new account-based device pairing to access your messages on your PC. So if you didn't get this new update like I do here on my Pixel 8 Pro, you will see the same QR code scanner option, but Google decided to make this process a little bit easier, and I have some screenshots from a different device that got this new update. It says here, all you need to do is to go to messages.google.com/web and sign in with the same Google account you have on your phone. Once you sign in, it will immediately show you a shape on your computer screen that you have to select this shape from the three choices. If the shape is correct, it will pair your device and list it under the paired devices that you can delete individually or unpair all devices at once if you want. Next, Gboard. And the first change is the new emoji kitchen suggestions that appears in this carousel even before typing anything in the text box. And I found this feature to work in all the messaging apps I use like WhatsApp, Messenger, and Telegram. The second change, when you switch to the landscape view, Gboard will automatically change into a floating keyboard and it will align itself to one of the sides to make it easier for you to type and at the same time see what's going on the screen. Once you revert back to portrait view, it will dock itself to the bottom as if nothing happened. But if you don't want this behavior, you can simply dock it back again while in landscape view and it will always stay at the bottom of the screen the next time you access the landscape mode. But if you want to revert back again to the floating style, you can do it once and it will remember your preference every time you access the landscape mode. Next, we have Google Maps. The first change here, when you start navigating and then tap on the search button at the top right corner, it will show you 6 different categories to quickly add a stop to your route. And when you tap on any of them, it will show you all the available options overlaying on the map. The second change is the ability to choose your preference under the transit options. So for example, when I choose transit and then tap on options, now I have the ability to choose between best route, fewer transfers, less walking, or wheelchair accessible. Change number 3 and the last one is the ability to see the temperature right here at the top left corner for whatever location you are currently exploring. So for example, when I search for London and start pinching to zoom, you can see here the temperature is now showing at the top left corner, but tapping on it doesn't do anything. Next, Google Wallet. The first change we have here is the ability to add cards and passes to your Google Wallet using a photo. And you can see here it says create a pass using a photo with a barcode or QR code. Once you tap on the button, it will open your gallery to select this photo and then reuse it in the future. I also started to see some new animations when I make payments, but unfortunately I don't have a screen recording to show you how it looks. But there is also another thing you can do here under the wallet settings, which is the ability to turn off the success animations if you want, using this toggle, in addition to the material 3 toggles that you can see over here that didn't exist before as well. Next, Google Assistant. And the first change is the permanent search screen button that you will see every time you trigger the assistant. And this button will simply take a screenshot and search in Google Lens as expected. The second change is the automatic migration of all the notes and lists saved in Google Assistant to keep notes. And here I have one of them moved over. It says here, moved from Assistant using this tag. And when you tap on it, it will give you 2 options, either to view the Google Assistant help page to explain to you why this happened, or you can remove this tag if you want. As you may know, Google Assistant will no longer use its own version to save your notes and lists, but it will rely on Keep Notes, and that's why the migration took place. Google Assistant also got some new widgets. The first one is called Routines, that you can make as big as the entire screen, or this is the smallest size you can get. This one can be found under the widgets picker and then the Google app. When you tap on it, it will take you right away to the routines page in Google Assistant. Not only this, but now you have the ability to add any of the routines to your home screen in 3 different shapes. So as an example, let's go inside bedtime and then tap on home screen shortcuts. We got this new page. I have custom rounded, which is the first option. Here you can choose a specific image for your routine. You can use the camera, your photo library, or some predefined options. So I'm going to go to illustrations and then tap on this one. Here it says show routine title on shortcut. I can turn this on or off like this. Here I have the ability to crop the image to fit, but this one is grayed out now because I'm using an icon. Then we have the option to vibrate when tapped and also speak title when tapped, add shortcut, add to home, and this is how it looks. You can make it smaller or bigger if you want. The second option is called custom rectangle. So let's try to add it to the home screen. And this is how it looks. And the last one is called standard. It's simply an icon and you don't get any customization options. The Google app itself also got a couple of visual tweaks. When you try to customize the top carousel by tapping this edit button, you will see a redesigned card to choose whatever type of information you want to show and also manage your interests. And you will see the same new design when you tap on the ellipses next to any article. Next, Gmail. And now we have the ability to react to email messages using emojis, and you will see an emoji button at the top and another one at the bottom. Tapping on any of them will give you 6 different choices with the ability to add an extra emoji of your choice. When you react to any of the emails, let me show you how it looks from the recipient side when I get the notification. And here's my reaction. I received it as a normal email message, and it says here, Emad reacted via Gmail. But there are some restrictions you need to keep in mind. It says here, emails received via BCC won't support reactions, same as the encrypted messages, the email threads with large groups. Messages can only support up to 20 emoji reactions from a single person, and the messages can only support up to 50 unique emoji reactions. Next, Google Chrome. And now you have the ability to move the address bar from the top to the bottom by tapping on the ellipses, and then settings, and then address bar, and then choose the bottom option, and here's how it looks. On Android, the toolbar shortcut is now noticeably bigger than before. On Windows, Chrome got a complete revamp. Starting with the tab switcher, now everything is more rounded, and there's a new separator between the tabs. The tabs list is now presented with a new rounded button at the top left corner, and instead of that top right corner like before, which makes it more noticeable and easier to access. The side menu also looks different with a lot more options than before, which makes most of the things you need accessible from here without looking for them under settings. And when you go to the customization page, you will see the same trend of rounded corners and buttons with a whole new color palette that matches Material You design language, a quick light or dark theme switcher, and many more. From here, you can also edit your reading list, your bookmarks, and history all in one place. Another visual change is the new icon for the privacy and security menu. From here, you can change the permissions, manage the cookies, the site settings, and learn more about the web page. Beside the looks, when you hover the mouse over any of the tabs, Chrome will now show you the memory used by each one in the thumbnail preview. Next, Google Play Store. And the first change is related to the VPN apps. When you search for any, you will see this new banner saying that VPN apps with this badge in the data safety section have been independently validated against a global security standard. So let me show you one of the examples here. When you go to the data safety of this app, you can see the badge over here, while this one doesn't include the badge, which will give you more peace of mind when you see it, because you know that Google did some kind of extra security checks on this app specifically. And the second change, if you have the Google Play Games beta for Windows available in your region and try to download any of the games, you might see a message similar to this one to let you know that this game is also available for download on your PC, and you can send yourself an email to download the PC app. And lastly, I started to see some new icons showing in the search. So for example, when I tap on it without typing anything, it will show me the events happening now, and I can see also the app icons. And when I type the word watch, I see this new icon for the watch faces. So it seems like Google is also updating the search. Now let's talk about the changes related to the Pixel Watch and Wear OS. The first one is under the Pixel Watch app and then notifications. And now we have a toggle to turn on sync across watch and phone for the do not disturb and bedtime modes. This feature only works if you have a Pixel Watch 2 and a Pixel phone. So you will notice here that my watch doesn't have the do not disturb option activated, but once I do it on my phone, it turns on automatically, and the same applies to the bedtime mode. The second change is the addition of a new Google Assistant tile that will allow you to add 2 quick shortcuts to your Pixel Watch. So for example, when I tap on it, here it will give me some suggestions like turn off the lights, set a timer for 5 minutes, and so on. So I'm gonna choose turn off the lights. And I will add another custom shortcut where I can use the keyboard or my voice. So let's try my voice in this case. Turn on living room lights. And then tap the mic again, then next. And I will add this shortcut to my Google Assistant tile, which will make it much easier for me to take these simple actions from my watch. And here's how it works in action. So it did turn 3 lights on. If I want to turn off the lights, I can tap on the second shortcut, which is a really nice addition. Google Messages on Wear OS now supports the voice messages. So when you open any conversation and then tap on the microphone, it will allow you to send a voice message. Tapping on it will start the recorder. This is how it looks. Once you're done, you can tap on the send button. The At a Glance widget also got a couple of new changes. The first one is the ability to use it in any complication. Previously, it was only available for the utility watch face when you choose the modular 2 or modular 3 designs, like this case, which will give you this bigger rectangular space to add the At a Glance widget. But now you can use it even in the smaller complications, which are the circular bulbs. I'm not sure what it's named. But for example, if I want to add my At a Glance widget to this area, I can achieve this now by choosing At a Glance, and it will add it for me. Then I'm gonna go home. I have my weather info. And if there's anything else related to the At a Glance widget, you might see it over here, like your calendar events and stuff like that. Tapping on it will open the relevant app. Now let's talk about the Pixel Buds Pro, and with the latest firmware update, we got 3 new amazing features that Google announced in the Pixel 8 event. So let me show you the first one, which is the conversation detection. When you go to settings, connected devices, and tap the gear icon next to your Pixel Buds Pro, then go to sound, you will see a toggle over here called conversation detection. So let me connect my Pixel Buds Pro and show you how it works. The description says automatically switch from noise cancellation to transparency when talking. From my experience with this feature, it works really well. Every time I start talking, it activates that transparency mode immediately, and it's also smart in determining when to return back to the active noise cancellations. For example, when you ask someone a question, this person is replying back to you, so you are completely silent. And the Buds seems to understand this situation really well, and it doesn't revert back to the active noise cancellation until the other person finishes talking. And it takes about 3 to 4 seconds to revert back to the active noise cancellation mode. When you go inside the feature, you will see a graphical representation on how it works, and here you have the ability to tap your touch area once to revert back quickly to the active noise cancellation in case the feature got triggered by mistake, or if you want to revert back to active noise cancellation faster than the automatic way, you can use this one tap gesture. So let me show you a quick demo to give you an idea on how fast it works. This is a quick test for the conversation detection feature. The second feature we got is called Hearing Wellness, and you will find this one under the main settings page. When you go inside, you will see the current level of loudness, and it will show you the decibel number here as well. So let me start playing a music and show you how it will change. So as you saw, the more I increase the volume, the more it goes to the red spot and it will say loud. If you want to know more about the differences, you can tap on this card. It will explain to you how things work, and also it will give you some analysis for the last 24 hours and the last 7 days. Tapping on them doesn't do anything, but you can also turn on the volume level notifications. It says here Pixel Buds will notify you if the recommended exposure limit is exceeded. And the last change we have, you can see in the splash screen you get once you finish the update. It says here clearer calls, Bluetooth super wideband doubles the bandwidth for clearer calls. From my experience making calls with the Pixel Buds Pro, nobody ever complained about my voice, and I can hear everyone clearly as well. So I think it's making a difference. Next, Google Lens. And the first change is the simplified number of tabs. Before you used to have things like shopping, text, and so on, but they are now only 3. We have translate, search, and homework, which in my opinion make things simpler. The second change here is the ability to examine skin conditions. So I took this screenshot from a website, and when I use Google Lens, it will show me all the skin conditions similar to the one in the photo. Now let's talk about some minor Pixel exclusive tweaks, and the first one is related to the QR code scanner. If you are using any QPR build and start using this feature, you will notice here, even before putting the QR code inside the highlighted box, it will automatically pick it up and zoom on it right away, which is a nice touch. The Pixel Sounds app also got a whole new category under settings and then sound and vibration, then ringtone. You will see here there is a new one called Gems, which includes 8 different sounds to choose from. And the same applies to the default notification sound, but here you have 9 new options. So that's pretty much it for today. Those are all the new changes I wanted to show you in Google Apps. Please let me know in the comments or reach me out on social media if you spotted any new feature in Google Apps to include in my future episodes. But for now, thanks so much for watching and see you in the next video.